Hey, welcome back. Also, if you're interested in learning how to write, I do have a two-part series on Udemy, Memory Bengessa Mosley. It is on Udemy and the link is in the description box. I do have two classes there where I teach you how to write as well as the one of my easiest methods of completing a novel. Love you guys. Stay tuned and let's get this book cover all completed. Welcome back, lovely people. I am your host, author, and sister friend, MB Mosley, Memory Benghazi Mosley. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like all this content, please share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit on the notification bell. All right, so let's continue. We are working with part two. We created our Kindle book cover. Boom, that's done. So now you want to create your full book cover. This is just a mock up. Excuse the margins over here. So now we're going to create a full book cover. And for my tutorial, like I said, some people may have used certain tools. I use PowerPoint and Canva. Those are the two that I'm comfortable with. And because sis does not have Photoshop, never bothered to get Photoshop because I've always had PowerPoint and probably just or even intimidated to use Photoshop. So maybe sometime down the line, but let's go on with our minimalist free platforms where we could create this stuff for a little or nothing at all. Of course PowerPoint and stuff like that is subscription, but you get the point. Anyways, I digress. Let's go. All right, so let's go create our full book cover. We're going to come back to the PowerPoint and get a blank presentation. All right, now once on a blank presentation page, I just typically move this stuff, like move. I don't need all of that. So now before we get this started, actually, let's make sure we have our measurements. Once again, we can always go into the Googleation and type in, actually for this part, let's type in KDP book cover template. We want the template. All this amazing stuff pops up. So we want a template for the paperback cover. All right, so this page opens up. All right, so once this page opens up, it's going to ask you a couple of questions here. And so we're working with I'm going to do a 5.5 by 8.5. 5.5 by 8.5. So when you click on here, notice these measurements as well in centimeters, right? So those will also guide us. And so I'm going to click on that and it says, what is my page count? And we're going to say 227. And it asks about the paper. I always like cream. And so now I'm going to download cover template. And so now it's downloaded down below. Open, and then we're going to, I like to show in. We got our book template. So now we are going to open back up to our PowerPoint. Okay. All right. So the next order of operations is once you get your template, you also want to check out the KDP book cover measurements. All right. So it is the submissions, paperback submission guidelines, KDP. All right, paperback submissions guidelines, KDP. So now this is a powerful part here you want to pay attention to, and you're going to have to do the math on your book. So you're going to start off with your book by calculating the cover width. It lets you know here how to calculate that. The bleed plus back cover width plus spine width plus front cover width plus bleed. Okay, so it does show you here, insert the spine measurement, select a trim size, width, and height. All right, class is in session. Hope you're all back. You've done the calculation, all your math calculations, right? And once again, this is if you're creating a full book paperback cover, paperback submission guidelines. And once you have entered all your trim, your paper color, and all that good stuff, you come on over and calculate your cover size, your cover width, and the bleed size, plus your back cover width, 5.5 for me, plus my spine width for my cream paper, 0.0025, and the front cover width, which is still 5.5, plus the bleed, all right, and which is 0.125. All right, class, let's go ahead and now that we got all our measurements, calculated, let's go to our PowerPoint and create that amazing book cover. So for this one here, I'm going to go ahead and click on design, and we're going to come to slide size, and we're going to customize because now I have my calculations for my 5.5 by 8.5. So for my width, I'm going to enter in here 11.25, and then for my height, I'm going to enter in here 9.25. All right, and so I want it all to be landscape because I'm doing a full book cover, and I'm going to place okay. I like to always maximize, so maximize there. All right, so I have my measurements here for my book cover, full book cover. And so now what I'm going to do next is bring in the pictures. And so what I'm going to start off by doing, and I'm going to show you a little cheat trick. Maybe you already use this trick, I don't know, but I'm going to click pictures, and I'm going to click this device. I want to first build my background. So I want my background to be the St. Louis picture, since we have that theme going on. So I'm going to go to my book covers, and I'm going to go to my stock photos, open up and take the St. Louis photo and place it here as the background. And I'm going to just go like so. All right, so now what I'm going to do again is make it transparent. We're going to go to picture format. We're going to go to transparency, and we want to make it as transparent as we can possibly make it, because I'm going to be writing behind. You know what I want? I think, bear with me one moment. Let me move this up a little bit. I want the background color to be the baby blue theme, so let's go for that. All right, perfect. And now we go back here, move that. And so now we can go and make this picture as transparent as possible, because we're going to write the book blurb in the back. Don't forget that. Picture format, transparency. Let's go about here. And still we can always kind of make some soft edges out of this here. And what I'm going to do here, folks, is just move this a little bit more. I want the arch to come a little bit more this way, because now we're going to introduce our picture. We're going to cheat a little bit and go grab our picture for Kindle. And so I'm going to go to my pictures, and we're going to go grab our Kindle book cover that we created initially. And all righty, the Life of Joy. All right, you see that? Now we got the Life of Joy. We just got to scooch her over here like so, all the way over here. Now we got the Life of Joy in here. So now what we're going to do, this is all I wanted to do, was create the background, put the arches in the background, and actually maybe just, let's see here. Maybe, yeah, let's do it like so, right? And let's soften up the edges a little bit more for the background with the St. Louis arches there. And what I'm going to do with hers is kind of blend it in, and let's soften up the edges so it's just not a sharp part like that. Just a little bit, just a tad bit. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, let's go make it a little bit more transparent. And let's just go like so. That's fine. Alrighty. So now we got everything we need here. And so what I'm going to do is save this as a JPEG, save as, browse. And we're going to say full cover tutorial, and then I'm going to save it as a JPEG, because now I'm going to move over to Canva. Oh, before I do all of that good stuff, the main reason why we're here, let's go back. I apologize. The main reason why we are here is so that, I mean, you can add text in Canva, but I think I'm going to go ahead and add the text. Let me see what I want to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and add the text here in the PowerPoint. You can add the text in Canva, but it's just a blurb. So no super fancy text. So let's go ahead and get our text, our text box. All right, so we're going to put that. And let me see about getting a blurb here. All right, folks, I'm back. I got our book blurb. Book blurb. All right. All right, look. Let's just go in here. It'll work itself out. Let's paste. Let's throw that blurb in here and move this. And so now what I would like to do is probably reduce the size, the font. Yeah. Scooch. Can we go up? Okay, let's just do it like so, since it doesn't want to scooch up. Okay. Because remember, you want to leave space for your barcode and all that, your bio and so forth. So pick a font that's right for you there. And pick a font style that you like. Because remember, back there, you want to leave space for your author details and all that amazing stuff. I'm weird. I don't typically put all that stuff. I just put my website, and I'm like so over the picture part. So, but if you want to put pictures on yours, that is a-okay. And it's too much space down there. Let's put about 12. All right. And good part is you can kind of, you know, scooch it down a little bit. Actually, this is the reason why I reduced the font. I just want to scooch it down. And then let's go and get another text box. And let's be all dramatic about it. Input. Let's be all dramatic about it. And so now, well, let's do, I mean, this is where, if you actually, let's do that in Canva. Because technically you don't really need to go to Canva after this, because we have the measurements and all that amazing stuff, and you would actually save this as a PDF. But because for tutorial purposes, let's go get some fancy writing, perhaps something similar to this to put over here. Let's do that. But once this is already solved, and what you can actually do is also do your template measurements in here. And oh yeah, we need to fix our doohickey, and we can fix the doohickey in, let's go use the font over there. How about that? Okay, because I'm so used to, and I understand we may be, doing a lot of moving over here, but I'll show you the reason why I may, not may, why I'll go back and forth with the full book cover here and over there. All right, so before we do all that, once again, when you create what you create, that's okay. You do what you got to do. Whatever is easiest for you. Put my website here. All right, and I'm putting it to the left. I like it to the center. I still could put it to the center. The font is small enough. Okay. The barcode's going to be right about here. So I don't really want to cover that. All right, so we need to work on the spine. So let's say, if you're like, I don't like to go back and forth, forget all this mess. What you could do is you could create your entire book cover here. I was going to put in this emotional drama, I could use the text design, and then I like to put my little initials right here. However, and you can still, if you want to create your spine in PowerPoint, you just simply create insert, and you would get your text box, put it right here. Remember, these text boxes can move this way, that way, however you would like. So, and let's do this for tutorial purposes. Let's say you're a person that's just creating it all in PowerPoint after you've created your Kindle book cover and designs. So let's bring forward the template. All right. So let's get our 5.5 by 8.5 template with cream. Let's bring it forward. Okay, so now let's look at our book template here. Give me 1 second. So you can actually, and so that's one of the reasons why I like to go to Canva too, because Canva is going to give me an accurate measurement as well, versus the when it comes to the full cover. However, if you wanted to create your spine, you could create it from these measurements right here. And let's go like so. 1 second here. All right, so let's get our text. And we're going to get our text. And we're going to bring our text right here. And we're going to open it up. And let's do it like so. Let's open it up, scooch. And let's write your author name. That's X dot. Let's say, I don't know why the dot looks, whatever. And some space here. And what's the title of this? The Life of Joy. All right, so I'll go like so. Let's do white. And you can, I mean, they have okay, you could pick one of these. Let's do this one here, perhaps. And let's do it like at 20 for now, because you want to keep it within the measurements here for the spine. So now you're going to use this to rotate and scooch your work. Okay, it's kind of slanted a little bit, but hey, you get the point. You get the drift. So we're coming to mash up with that. And we're going to scoot. And this goes right in alignment with that. So now what we're going to do is bring it up here. And let's scooch it down just a little bit. You see how I'm using this cover guideline right here. And I'm using these guidelines right in here. So we don't go any further. Go like so. Let me scooch this down just a tad bit. You see the lines are guiding us as well. Okay, I need you. Yes, perfect. So this line lined up to that. And so while we're in here, we could go up here and scoot this down a little bit. And kind of just in here a little bit. Okay. And so now we're going to move, well, we can actually just, excuse me, move it out the way like that. And we could probably, oopsies, let's go back. What happened? Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. We can move her forward just a little bit and then bring this back to match up with this book cover. Okay. Forward a little bit. Back a little bit. There we go. All right. So here we go. Our spines are lining up with our template here, our page. And now when we go to Canva, we're going to reduce all these to a perfect measurement. Okay. And then I want to kind of put some fancy font here. I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it in PowerPoint. Just I haven't probably done the tutorial with the fonts given on the surface there. Once again, take into consideration when you are, and I'm going to move this. You see how that is? So now we'll probably have to crop the top there. And we're going to do these measurements when we go to... All right, folks. So I realized what I did here with the error with the measurements, why it did not align. If you take a look at the spine calculation, it's at 0.58. I did not calculate that into my calculations. However, when you follow me over to Canva, I'll have the correct measurements and you will see me enter the correct measurements. So it's very important to pay attention to the spine measurements when you do your calculations from the calculations sheet from the paperback submission guidelines. When we go to Canva. And remember, your barcode is right here as well. And so I'm going to go like so, delete that. And so what I'm going to do next is, let me see here. Let's soften that up a little bit more. Our little picture here. All right, so what I'm going to do here is save this as a JPEG. And once in Canva, we could save it as PDF. Now, if you're completely doing your full book cover in PowerPoint, then you want to save it as a PDF. So this is full cover for our tutorial's sake, and I'm going to save it as a JPEG. And then I'm going to add this to my book covers folder. Save it. Just this slide. Thank you. All right. So now we're going to go to Canva. We're at the home location once again. All right, folks, just double check my measurements there. And I have to recalculate. So now my width is 12.398. Height is 9.250. And you want to make sure it's in inches. I apologize. I should have checked that first. So you want to make sure it's in inches. All right, now that we have uploaded our template for our book, right now this is our book. So now I've also brought forward the book cover that we created in PDF. And so now we're going to use the template as a guiding tool in Canva. Let me see, make sure my spine, I'm just going to do it like this so that I could keep an eyeball on my spine. And go like so. And we're going to go like so. Alrighty. And the barcode is going to go somewhere like there. And now you see my spine's aligned right there. And so what I wanted to do was that little one last tad bit, just to be a little bit extra. All right, so I'm going to use this font here, bring that in. And what I'm going to do actually is delete the bottom part because I don't need that. And what I'm going to do here is just definitely measure that down a little bit. And we're going to put in this emotional drama. Let's be dramatic. Let's be dramatic about it. In this emotional drama. All right. Dot. All right. Let's do this. All right. So the color we want is to be exactly like this, just to be cute with it. Just a little cuteness to it. It looks like drama is missing an A. Hello. Goodbye. Give me 1 second here. Well, let's put yellow on it first and I'll be able to tell. Oh, Lord. It's not how you spell drama. It's underlined. So let me first put the yellow on here so we can see what we're doing. All right, let's go up here. Let's go pick a color. Let's pick yellow. And so what we're going to do as well is keep bring it down a little bit. We want it to be dramatic, but not too dramatic. All right, so I'm going to bring this up here and place it right about here. And we can put it in the middle, right about there. Okay. So we're using our template in the background here. The spine is aligning with this work right here. We got in this emotional drama. Should we center it or put it a little bit to the left? I'm thinking maybe put this a little bit to the left there. Okay, that's fine. So, all right, I want to make sure this is not in. Okay, it's not in bold. Okay, perfect. Okay, look, our cover moved a little bit. What happened here? Let's go back and see what happened. How this cover moved. go. And let's bring this back in here. There we go. All right. I'll say they moved a little bit. Yeah, let's bring the font down on this some more. On this emotional drama. Then we could put it up here to the left. Let me see. We have space. Yeah, we have space. And what we could do is lower the font a little bit, just a tad bit, because the font in here is about what, 11 or so. And then what we're gonna do is move it to online. All right, with the maybe we should just put it in the middle. Okay. Okay. So here's our book cover. Down our full book cover at 5.5 by 8.5. The measurements in the Canva, I had to recalculate, guys. I'm not perfect. The measurements in the Canva, I recalculated those for the full book cover here at width 12.398 by height 9.250 for a full book cover of 5.5 by 8.5. But also remember, this is also including the when you do your calculations, you got to include the spine as well, which is based off the page, the number of pages, and whether it's cream or white. Mine is cream. Mine has 227 pages. And so this is good to go. And once again, on here, just be careful to leave the spot for the barcode. So now what I'm going to do is actually, no, we don't want that. Because what I don't want to do is save it with the template. So I'm going to remove the template and just fill the paper up completely. As the measurements are correct. There we go. I just left that orange part of the template so I could kind of see the spine. And so here we go. See? Yeah, the spine is what's really important to me right here. So it's still there in this aligned. So even if I stretched it out, okay, we could stretch it out, right? And stretch it out. So now we could see my spine is still in the location. Stretch it out. Okay. So spine is still in location. Everything is still in location. And I'm only keeping it half like so that we could see everything up here. We could see that. All right. So now we're going to save. We're going to save this as a PDF. Now we have our full book cover. Once again, the measurements are 5.5 by 8.5 inches for a Kindle full book cover for paperback. And the measurements entered here for the template with 227 pages on cream paper were 12.398 inches by 9.250 for the full cover. So now what I'm going to do, let me see. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is come up here and download. Give me 1 second. All right. This is a little bit too close. There we go. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is come up here and download this as a PDF for the full book cover PDF. So now I'm going to pick PDF. I use Canva for free. This is all free. I don't pay any monthly subscriptions. I just log in via my Gmail account. And so what we're going to do is click download. And so now the full book cover is getting downloaded and ready to go and be submitted. And our full book cover is ready to be submitted. Okay. So somebody forgot to remove that other A. Look at that. Don't make these mistakes. So in this emotional drama, we need one A over there. And we have our spine right there. And we have all the goodies that come with it. We have the picture in the background. The barcode will go right there. And so now you're ready to go and plop this in your KDP and get to it. Authors, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and if you are making your own book covers, please do tell what methods you're using, and or if you use Canva, do you like it, and or are you a PowerPoint person like I am, stubborn in my ways. I know I need to evolve to at some point to what is it called, Photoshop. But look, technology and I evolve at a very slow pace. Okay, so once I find something that works for me, I kind of hold on to it. And I mean, I'll get to PowerPoint probably when PowerPoint goes out of style. But I love you guys so much. Stay blessed. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and like the video.